Not
That's
like
not
you're not like
something.
you're just being sensitive or something like that, right? You're
No,
like,
of
oh my
course
God, I
not.
acknowledge the
It's
fucking pain and the shit that is associated with that. Why don't we do that with racism?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Why don't we do that with racism? If you acknowledge the hurt and the pain that's associated with the fact that, you saying something harmful about the fact that my mom just got diagnosed with cancer, couldn't the same thing also be true with the fact that you're saying something racist?
Absolutely. But at the end of the day, are people still going to say that and joke around? And especially in this day and age where internet is, very prevalent, people are still going to say that. Doesn't change the fact that, it's right or wrong. People are going to still, say it regardless. And just knowing that people are going to say it, you can't control what people are going to say. You can't control how people are going to think. And, if we're saying, is it okay to use slurs? Is it okay to even think about a slur as well? That's another thing to, point out. Is it wrong to think about a slur? You are thinking it, but are you actually saying it to someone? And what if the person's also not, the person of color the slur's directed to? Like, I've been called so many slurs where people mistake my race, honestly, because I look very mixed with different races. But people call me that, and, I'm just like, what a whack job. That's all I really think of it. Someone might call me the wrong slur. I don't get disrespected at that.
But it was bad for them to do that, right? Regardless of whether or not you get disrespected by it, do you think it's
That's
bad?
not something I would do personally
Why?
because it's just not how I talk.
Why don't you talk that way?
Well, let me ask you the same thing is like, well, why wouldn't you wear something, very promiscuous? Like, why wouldn't a woman who dresses very promiscuously, walk in a dark alley by themselves? They can, but like just having a mindset, you know, they can get R-worded.
Can
So
you
it's
give
just
me
that
any
kind of
evidence to
wrong.
believe that there's a greater likelihood of a woman getting R-worded given the fact that she's wearing more promiscuous clothing?
It's honestly a fact. That's mostly,
Go
I
ahead, give me
mean,
any source.
I'm sorry.
Give me any source.
I mean, there's multiple news articles. I don't, study.
Give me one.
I mean, you could just look it up on Google. I mean, I don't feel
Yeah,
like
yeah. If you can just look it up on Google, find me a title.
I don't really think
We'll sit
that
here and
really
we'll wait
drives
for
the
you, man.
point of me, naming a title of an article when the whole premise of the argument is saying a slur bad.
Okay, so you don't have a justification for that?
I mean, it doesn't really
You said it
change.
was a fact, but you can't go look it up real
I
quick?
mean, if I were to even bring up that, it's just a fallacy in the fact that I'm, calling to an authority.
What?
It doesn't
Giving
really
me
prove my
evidence
point
isn't
whether it's
isn't
right
isn't
or
an appeal
wrong.
to authority.
I mean, finding an article and naming off the top of my head the author, the date of publication,
No, just
and
the
all that
title so
doesn't
I
really
can look it
prove the
up.
fact whether racism, I mean, saying a slur is right or wrong. It just proves that I know a resource that, proves that if women were to dress more promiscuously and they walk into a dark alley full of men, that they're going to get R-worded. That doesn't really have to do anything for the argument
You
at
made a
hand.
claim that it was fact, right? I'm disputing that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I
like, can you
mean,
give me evidence?
if it makes you happy, then no. Of course, I can't name an actual article.
Okay.
But anyways, besides the point, I'll just end it here since I know we're not we have two different arguments. No, I personally don't think it's wrong to say a slur because I view it as I just don't take words personally like that and I just don't give it power. So,
Then why don't you say them yourself? Appreciate the melody. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it.
I mean, how do you know if I say it if anyone else says a slur, honestly?
You just said you don't do it. So if you say that you don't do it, give me a reason as to why you don't
I
do
didn't
it.
say I don't do it. I'm just smart about,
So you
why
do
would
say
I go
slurs.
into a neighborhood predominantly full of POC and start saying a slur that affects POC? Like it
Do you say the N
automatically
word?
I'm sorry.
Do you say the N word?
I have.
How often?
I mean, I don't think it really matters how often I say it. Yes, I admit I have said it before. I think almost everyone has said it, honestly.
Yeah.
Everyone
So how
probably
often?
almost said it. Everyone probably thought it as well.
How often?
Doesn't really prove anything here. I don't see your point in bringing up, how often I say it. I don't really think that shows a point.
I'm just asking, man.
And I choose not to answer. It doesn't really matter
You're
to me.
pleading
That's
the
why I'm
fifth.
not. I mean, I'm not. I'm sorry.
You're pleading the fifth.
Sure. You can go with that.
So you say it all the time.
Never said that.
Mm, mm, or are you like an annual basis, like your friends?
Neither. Still not answering that. But let me
Yeah. So
ask
so do you,
you,
so you think it's justified for you to say the N word?
I don't think it's justified at all due to society's terms.
No, under your
I
view.
also just don't say it
No, under your
often
view.
because, I don't really, I breathe air because like I don't think about breathing air. I just do it. I don't say the N word because I don't really think about saying the N word. So I don't do it.
So do you think it's justified? Yes or no? Under your view,
Justified to use slurs?
to use
Yes.
the N word.
Yes.
Oh, okay. If someone who's white goes up to a black person and calls them the N word, is that wrong?
Well, let's play it this way. So a white person says the N word to a person of color that it affects, and the person of color reacts, and they hit them. Is that also right?
I don't think it's good to hit people, but
Okay.
I do think that it was wrong for them to also say the slur.
Well, I would think, it's wrong to hit people, but I can see why they would hit them. That's how I would view that situation.
Clearly, you see why someone
Of
did
course.
that, right? But I do think it's wrong to hit people.
Yeah, of course.
But do you think it's justified for a white person to call a black person the N word?
I mean, why would it be justified though? I don't feel like
Under your view, is it
anyone.
justified? Yes or no?
Honestly, no. I don't see it as a justifiable action to do. I don't really think shooting someone's a justifiable action to do. You can't
Okay,
really
okay, okay. So
justify
I'm
someone
asking,
saying
is it
anything.
justified to use any slur?
No.
So then how is it okay if it's not justified?
Why would it
What?
have to be justified? I could say whatever I wanted to. Why is it justified? I can just say whatever I wanted to. And other people, just because it's justifiable or not, doesn't mean it's going to stop anyone from saying it either.
No, no,
That's
no. We're
the
asking if it's
entire point.
okay. Like, if you think it's okay, if you think it's justified to say these terms. If you don't think it's justified, then you don't disagree.
I think we're talking about two separate situations. I don't know. I just
What?
view justifiable separately than you do, obviously.
What do you mean by justified?
I mean, giving, a reason, like a correct reason for someone to do something. Like when people act in self-defense, that's justified because why? They were protecting themselves.
So it's okay for people to engage in self-defense because of this justification.
Absolutely. If someone was coming at you, would you not perform self-defense? Is that not justifiable? That you
No,
perform
I know, I
self-defense?
agree that it's justifiable, right?
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that you consider it to be okay, and I consider it to be okay because it's justified, right? So if you're not saying that it's justified, then how can you consider it to be okay?
I don't know what to tell you. I feel like if someone were to say anything to another person, like me having a conversation with someone, is it justified that I have a conversation with someone? Why would I need justification to speak to
Yeah,
someone?
you're justified in having conversations with people in a general basis. Yeah, I'm justified in having the conversation with you right now. Yeah.
I just don't view conversations like I'm justified in having this conversation. That's just one thing.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with me engaging in this particular action.
I mean, alrighty. But anyways, my viewpoint on this matter is on the sole basis of, is it okay to say slurs? It's, sure, why not? Because at the end of the day, people are going to say whatever they want.
Okay, so if people are going to just say whatever they want, is it okay for someone to make fun of the fact that my mom just got diagnosed with cancer?
I'm not going to answer to that because I'm not going to sit here and try to agree with someone making fun of your mother just because that's just not how I speak. That's just not
Why
what I
can't
would
you?
do. Why can't I? That's
Answer the
just
damn
not how I
question.
talk. It's just not how I speak. I
Just
just don't
answer the
go up.
fucking question,
I
bro.
just don't go up to people and just randomly say whatever I want to them because I'm not stupid. Why would I do that? Why would I entertain the
No, no, no.
thought of
I'm
someone
telling you,
making fun of
I'm
me?
being accepting of you saying this right now. I'm not going to be offended.
Well, if
Just
you're
say it.
accepting of it, then it's right because you're accepting of it.
I don't think it's right, but I'm accepting of you saying it. Like I'm not going to be negatively impacted because it's going to affect, like one of my family members, right? I'm not going to be affected by you saying it because I realistically don't give a
Exactly. I
fuck what
mean,
you
that's
say.
my point though. It's like someone can say it to me and it's not going to affect me though. I'm just not going to care because it doesn't change anything about me. It's not going to hurt me. It's not going to do anything about me. But I mean, I'm not disagreeing with
It's still
with
wrong
that.
for you to say it. What I'm saying is that I'm not going to let what you say affect me particularly, right?
Exactly.
That's fine for me, but that's not to say that these things are not wrong to say, right? The impacts that it has on other people whose family members have gotten cancer or the people who have gotten cancer,
Absolutely.
those are bad things, clearly fucking speaking. And again,
Absolutely.
just because it doesn't impact me to the same degree doesn't mean it's not bad.
I'm just saying it's just because we gave power to these words, the perspective that these words have, and they do have a history, but why
What do
do
you
we
mean
give it
power to these
power?
words,
It's
right?
just
No,
because,
again, it's
I
still
mean,
wrong. Even if I don't give power to the word, it's still wrong for you to say it.
well,
I
if
don't give
it's
power to the
wrong to
word right
say
now,
as
and I
well,
still
I
think it's
mean,
wrong
if
for you to
someone
make
calling
fun of
you the
it.
cuss word, if someone called you the B word or anything like that, is that wrong? I mean, I don't get offended when
If
people
there
call
is
me
if there's
anything
this,
like a
if
B
something
word,
is a
cuss, any
slur has
what
like
name.
historical impacts of oppressing and discriminating against people, yeah, I think it's wrong for you to say if you're not a part of that community.
Like I said, I just view it also like cuss words. Should you say it? Should you not say it? People are gonna say it regardless. It's just, I just personally don't take too offense to it. A word's a word. It doesn't change anything. We don't hold words to a higher skill than others. There's no hierarchy of words in my book.
What? You
I
don't
mean,
think
do you rank the
you don't
word
think
the
it's worse
and
to
the...
say the N word than it is to say the word?
No, I just know that if you said the N word compared to the word word, you're gonna get negative repercussions from saying the N word.
Oh, but you
That's
view
just
them
how
the
it is.
same.
I'm sorry?
But you view them the same. The word and the N
Absolutely.
word, you
It
see them
doesn't,
to be the
yeah,
same.
I view them the same. I just know one word leads to a negative repercussion, a negative effect.
So you
That's
don't
what
view
it
them
is.
the same.
I view them the same if we're thinking of it in a hierarchy. It doesn't change the hierarchy if one word has a different effect than the
So the
other.
N word is
It just
not
means,
worse than the word ice cream.
no, it's a word, it's a word. I mean, what do you want to call it? If a word's not a word and it's ranked higher, is it a, what do you call it then? That's just my point. A
A
word is a word.
slur.
A slur is considered a word.
Yeah. So the word ice, right? That word is not as bad as the N word.
Right, because the
David, thank you
word
for the whale
ice,
diving. I
the
appreciate it. Did
word
you say
ice.
right? Did you say right?
I'm just continuing with what I have to say. The word ice just has a different definition. It doesn't just, make it different from it being a word. It's still a word.
And?
And what? I mean,
Okay.
let's say
Again, that
this.
doesn't mean that it's just as bad
A
as another
pair of
word.
scissors is a noun,
Wait,
right?
wait, hold up.
And
That
then
doesn't
the,
mean
the word beautiful is an adjective.
Stephen. That
But,
doesn't mean it's just as bad as the other word.
honestly, no. It just means you're gonna get either hit, shot, or whatever. What name you get a negative reaction from someone else if you said one word and a different word. I mean, we use different words. Like, for
So is there
example, the
no
word,
distinction between the N word and between the word ice if no one has a negative response
well,
in a
for
particular
one, it's a
connotation
distinction because they're two separate words. I mean,
in terms of how
if you
bad they
take,
are?
in terms of how bad they are, the N word is considered more bad than the
Do you
word ice.
consider it to be more bad?
No, because I think it's a word.
Dude, just because something's a word doesn't mean it's not bad. Oh my god, dude, that's fucking wild, bro. Thank you for the paper crane. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's fucking wild, dude. You don't think that it's you like actually don't think that it's worse to say the N word than to say the word cream?
No.
You don't think it's worse to say the N word than the word
Let me tell you
word?
this. It's just,
That's fucking crazy, dude.
why I'm just saying this. The way I view it is I've met so many people that say it, and I've been called so many slurs. It doesn't change anything in terms of, just me feeling sad for a second. And I understand other people. I'm not speaking for other people when I say they have a right or they don't have a right. I'm not saying other people don't have a right to react to, being called a slur. That's not my point. I'm just saying a word is a word. That's my whole argument here.
Yeah, and you're saying all words are of equal value, right? None of them imply one worse meaning than another. Appreciate the
I
had
didn't say
mustache. Thank you
that.
so
I
much.
said a word is a word. And if we
So
treated
so
all
so
words
you
like
would have
words,
no issue with saying
well,
the word as much as you say the word
let me,
like your name
like I said when I first started, due to society standards, of course it's not right to say a slur.
to other
That's
people.
just
Or like if
based
you're
on
just by
society.
yourself, you see
I
no
think a lot
distinction
of,
between those words.
I don't see a distinction. That doesn't mean I'm saying, someone else can consider it bad. That's just how I view it. And, you guys can take it like a grain of salt. What name you, we can agree to disagree. But at the end of the day,
Yeah,
like I
I don't
said,
think there
from
should
my
be a disagreement
perspective,
here. I
I
think it's
take,
wild that you disagree on this. I think it's fucking wild.
I mean, if you think it's wild, it doesn't really change. Really, if it's bad or not, you're just telling me you disagree with me. It doesn't
Yeah,
really change
clearly,
anything.
right? I mean, obviously, it's an absurd conclusion that what you just fell into. This
I
this
mean,
is
if
an
you feel the
absurdity.
need to attack my perspective, that's perfectly fine. But like I said, that doesn't really prove to me why you think it's wrong.
I mean, well, I've given you the reasons why I consider it to be wrong, and you've accepted the absurdity. I'd be completely fine with you just accepting
Right,
the
you
absurdity, and we
compared
can
it
move on
to
from that.
anecdotal
Yeah,
evidence of someone, your mom having cancer. You just compared it to, personal claim, which I agreed with
that's
because at
not
the
an
end of the day, it's not
anecdote. That's a
something I would
hypothetical, my
joke
guy.
about.
It's not an
Okay,
anecdote. It's a hypothetical.
okay. If you want to get really technical with it, but besides the point, a word's a word, and I feel like, let's look at the word, the bitch word. We give power to that word. Why is it considered a cuss word? Because we made it a cuss word. Because it has historical prevalence. That we call, you know, most people call a woman a bitch or a cunt, and a lot of people. If you called, I know so many women friends of mine who they've been called the c word. They don't really take offense to it either. We all think the same in the sense that we're not sensitive in the fact that. Sorry, let me not use the word sensitive because I don't feel like I don't want to call other people who take offense to it. Like I said, I'm not speaking for them, but
I mean,
other
you
people
effectively
have a
are
negative
saying that
reaction
like
to it.
people who are saying the N word is worse than the word fly, right? You're saying that
Like
they're
I said,
sensitive.
in my perspective, it's very much so based on the fact that I considered all words to be words.
No shit, words are words, but that doesn't mean that there aren't words that are worse than others.
No, you misunderstand. Like, I view a word as just what it is, a word. I don't grant it higher because it means, oh my God, this like totally rude thing. That's just how I
Okay, so
view
you
it.
don't think I could be rude to you then?
I never said that. I
Well,
said you
they're just
definitely
words.
could be
They're
rude
just
to me. I
words. How
just
can I
don't
be rude to you if
care
they're just words? They're
because
not bad.
everything you say to me, I mean, if you're throwing punches at me, obviously that would
No,
hurt
no, no.
me
I'm
because you're
talking
thinking
about
it through.
words. I'm saying they're just words, bro. So if I'm rude to you, it doesn't matter because they're just words.
You just lost me. You're being rude to me, but what?
Yeah, if I was rude to you, right, they're just words. You don't consider it to be worse than if I wasn't rude to you. Me being nice to you is not different than me being mean to you because one isn't worse than the other because they're just words. Do you not fucking see how absurd that is?
Absolutely not. I
Do
mean,
I do I need
I
to
don't
like carry
really.
you around like a fucking kindergartner hold your hand? Right? Do I need to show you?
I just don't really see why you're bringing up nonsense into this. But anyway,
Why is this nonsense? What do you mean? You don't
no,
think
you
that
just
someone
going
being
off this
rude is worse
tangent,
than
kind
someone
of
being
just being
nice?
like really like you're really getting heated about this, and it's just like going off a
I'm
tangent,
not heated,
honestly.
but like I mean I think
I
it's
mean, I don't really see your
ridiculous.
point in like holding my hand like a kindergartner. I mean, what does that really have to do with your argument?
Well, you know, want to know what it demonstrates? It demonstrates that different things that I say have different impacts, right? So when I'm using that word
Right,
and you
that's
just
so
responded
true.
that
They
way
have
to it,
different
you
impacts.
fucking proved
Just
my
like if you
point.
go
You
down
ran
one
yourself
street, you
right
go to a
into my
different
point.
place. If you go to a
Wait, hold up,
busy
Stefan.
street, you
Stefan,
go to
listen
a
to my
different
point real
place.
quick. Listen to my point real quick. Me doing that, right, showed you the hypocrisy in your notions. Why? Because it showed that you had a negative response to me initiating it in that way, which indicates that you think that it's worse than just me being patient. So you just proved my point, my guy.
I don't really see what point I'm proving. I'm neither agreeing with you. I've never agreed with you. That doesn't
What
prove
did I
any
just say to
bit
you,
of your
Stefan?
point.
What did I just say? Repeat what I just said to you.
I don't know because you're literally just
Because
screaming
you're
at
not
me and
fucking
talking so
listening.
fast. Why? I mean, it's just like, what are you talking about? What does this have to do
So
with
me, let me tell
okay,
you again. Let me tell you again.
let me start.
Me saying that
Please continue
terminology
with
to
your
you.
argument as
Hold on,
to
hold on, hold on.
why
Yo,
this is.
hey,
I mean,
hey.
what are you baiting me into saying here?
I didn't. I
Explain to
mean,
me
I
why
did.
you're
I'll
saying
tell
what
you
is
why. Let me
wrong.
explain. I did it. I
Okay,
did
go
just
ahead.
explain. You didn't listen. Okay. So what I did there is I responded in a way in which you might perceive to be negative, right? And I did so with the very, very specific purpose of you pointing it out. And you pointing it out ran right into the wall that I set for you. Why? Because it showed that you saw it to be more negative than anything else that I've said in this conversation so
I
far. And
mean,
that's
you're
why you
raising
called
your
it out.
voice
That's why
at
you're like,
me. I
oh,
mean,
why
I
did you have
don't
to
think you
refer to
want me to
that?
react to that.
What's up?
I said, I mean, if you're raising your voice at me, how else do you want me to really react? I mean, I still don't really understand
And
your
that's
point.
I didn't raise my voice saying that.
Okay. I mean, if you don't think so, but I mean,
Other words I said I did, yeah. But like that's not in like a I'm not like yelling at you.
I
I
mean, I cared enough to
raised my voice
respond to you, but like, I mean,
joking about what
in
you
this
said,
moment
but
in time, I'm not really hurt by anything you're saying to me.
but they're just
That's my
words, right?
point.
So regardless of whether or not I increase the volume, they're just words.
Sure.
So someone yelling at you isn't different or worse than someone talking patiently to you?
I mean, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying you can
Wait,
yell
so
at me.
you have no distinction in your head in terms of how bad it is for someone to yell at you versus tell you calmly?
I mean, it just makes the other person look like a crazy person. If I'm having a conversation and someone just starts screaming at
Is that
me,
a negative connotation?
what are you even trying to say here?
Is it in a more negative connotation for someone to be screaming at you versus someone to just be telling you in a calm voice?
I mean, it wouldn't really make sense why someone would scream at me than just talk to me in a normal voice.
Wait, why wouldn't it make sense?
I mean, why? I just don't really, like me personally, I don't really go out screaming at people because, you just look like a lunatic.
Let's say if people didn't think you're a lunatic, you don't see it to be bad.
I mean, then other
There's no
people,
there's no
if it
distinction in
wasn't to be
between
that way,
someone
I
yelling
wouldn't
at you
do
and
it.
someone telling you calmly.
I mean, it's just something I personally wouldn't do because I don't really feel the need to do it.
No, but if someone yelled to you, right, rather than just telling you calmly, you wouldn't see a distinction.
It's not that I wouldn't see a distinction. I would just be like, oh, okay, like, I don't really know why you're yelling at me. That's just how I would react,
So
hypothetically.
wait, why would you say I don't know why you're yelling at you? Is that because you see it to be distinct
No, I
from
wouldn't
them
say
just
that. I would
talking
just,
to you
in my
normally?
head, I would just think, why is this person yelling at me? But I wouldn't really say anything. I wouldn't really entertain it. Like I said, when people called me slurs, when people say all these things to me, when I was younger, it hurt my feelings because, like, I mean, I'm a kid. That's how I thought. But me being more mature and grown now, I take words very lightly because a word's a word. That's just how I view it.
Oh, by the way, chat. He's not saying that I was yelling. I don't think, but he might have said I raised my voice, but in
Sorry, I
terms
don't
of
know what
tone.
the comments
But
are
like,
saying.
here, hold up. I want to clarify. But thank you for the cat. I appreciate it. The reason why I'm bringing up this particular scenario is because he said that all words are just words. So regardless of the volume, regardless of the tone, right, regardless of what you say, right, every word is seen the same under his view because it's just words. So
Sorry.
there's no distinction between making making fun of someone for being raped and saying hi to them.
I mean, there's distinction. It's two different conversations. It's two different,
But not in
statements.
terms of how bad it is.
In terms of how bad it is, no,
Not in
for me
terms of how bad it
personally,
is.
because, in the grand scheme of things, people, like I said, people are, entitled to feel the way they feel, the way they interpret it. Like how I interpret words. At the end of the day, a word's a word. Like I said, like I've been saying. So, it's not going to trap me into this feeling of like, her or whatever. I can just choose to let it go. That's just how I view it.
So you don't see one to be worse than the other. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. Yeah.
I mean, that's just my perspective. That's all. I mean, I can't really say anything more than that. That's just how I view it.
Yeah. You
Also,
see
sorry.
no relevant distinction in terms of how bad it is for someone to yell and scream at someone versus someone just to politely talk to them.
I
So
mean,
do
that's
you not
based off
recognize verbal
tones.
abuse
That's
as a
not
thing?
really based off words.
Wait. Do you recognize verbal abuse?
Absolutely. I think all forms of abuse are wrong.
Is verbal abuse? Wait. So do you think it's wrong for me to say hi to you?
No.
But you think it's wrong for me to verbally abuse you?
I think, I
They're
mean,
just fucking words. They're just words.
well, okay. Sorry, you just made me lose my train of thought. For verbal abuse, I mean, any abuse is wrong to me, of course. But I'm thinking more like when you say the word abuse, I just mainly think about physical abuse because we both agree that hitting someone is wrong. But at the end of the day, yeah, words are just words.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about, Rad?
No, but
All right. Appreciate you
nice
coming
talking to
on.
you then.
All right, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request. If you disagree, everyone tap that screen. Let's try to get to 1.5 million likes. If you want to help get it out to more people, everyone share the live. Let's try to get to 1,000 shares. Apparently, the words are just words. They're just not different from each other. The N word, same thing as saying hi to someone. Verbal abuse, same thing as saying hi to someone. What I'm talking about right now is the same thing as joking about someone being raped, apparently, to him. But we're gonna go on to the next person. That's a fucking wild take. If you disagree, send a guest request right now. Please only send a guest request if you disagree. We have 98 guest requests, everyone. I don't see everyone. I'm just literally selecting at random, so I apologize. I'm not going to be able to get to everyone. There's just way too many people. This is the most guests I think I've ever had, to be honest. I do need to get a soundboard. I was thinking about doing the soundboard thing. In the meantime, everyone, tap that screen. Let's get to 1.5 million likes. Again, if you want to help get it out to more people, share the live, everyone. I'm going to be on here for another hour and 30 minutes. Here in about 30 minutes, we're going to be moving over to the sub-only chat. So if you want to have access to the sub-only chat that I put on for the last hour of my lives every single day, everyone, subscribe to me if you haven't already. Here in about 10 minutes, everyone, actually. 10 minutes is when we're going to start it, y'all. All right, let me go to the next person. Again, only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. Yo, April, I appreciate the confetti. Thank you so much. Yeah, soundboard does take away from the point. That's one reason why I haven't adopted it yet. One reason why I have not adopted it yet. 81 requests crazy, I know, right? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Yeah, do you think that it's okay to use slurs if it doesn't affect your community?
It depends like what the slur is and how you use it.
So what context is it okay to use a slur and what slur?
If you need no harm by it.
Wait, did you already come on my live?
Not today, but
Oh, you've come on another time? Okay.
yeah.
So if someone says the N-word to a black person but doesn't mean harm by it, is it wrong?
No, it's not wrong.
So they just walk up to any black person, say the N-word directly to them. They don't think it's bad. It's not wrong.
I mean, if it's your friends, no.
So only if it's your friends.
Yeah.
If they're not your friend, then it's wrong.
Well, yeah, most likely. Unless they
What's
like
the
called
distinction
you,
between them and your friend that means it's wrong with the random person and then it is okay with your friend?
well, yeah, if they called you a cracker and then you went
That's
up
not a
to
slur.
them, well, a slur is what people don't want to be called, right? I don't think white people would want to be called a cracker.
I don't
So,
really care.
okay, well, that's you. You don't speak for all white people, do you?
I do.
You do? Why is that?
Because I'm white.
Okay, so
I'm
Kanye
just kidding,
West.
by the way.
Okay. Well, yeah, so I don't think it's okay if you just go up to him and say something, but if they're like calling you a slur and everything, yeah, it's perfectly fine to go back and call them a slur.
No, I don't think it's justified to call someone else a slur just because you got called a slur. And again, cracker's not a slur. That's why we're saying the fucking word.
Well, who says it's not a slur? It's
The fact that there's not historical connotation that was using it to discriminate and oppress people.
it definitely is. You know the
How is
definition
the
of
word
cracker?
cracker discriminating and oppressing white people?
Well, I don't think most white people alive today think it's okay to whip black people. No?
Yeah, that's
Like that,
wrong. I appreciate the super
yeah,
dog. Thank you
so
so
you
much.
go ahead
Actually, I
and call
appreciate the
them
subscription.
that.
Thank you so much. But it was not used in a particular way to oppress people who are white on the sole basis of them being white.
Yes, it is. Why do you think they only call white people crackers?
But that wasn't meant to oppress people and discriminate against people who
Okay,
are
then
white.
why
Can you
do
give
they
me any
call
point
white
of
people
history where
crackers?
white people in the United States were discriminated against on the basis of them being white?
Today's world.
Where?
In America,
Where?
California.
I'm in California right now. Where?
Let's go with East St. Louis.
I'm being
Memphis.
oppressed right now?
Yeah, I mean, it depends where you live.
How am I being oppressed right now? Please let me know.
If you live like in an area that's not mostly white people, you are definitely oppressed.
Why?
So let's say let's say you walk down St. Louis, right? You are definitely
No,
oppressed
we're
in
saying
St. Louis.
California. Again, you said I'm oppressed in California. We're in California. Why am I being oppressed in California?
Okay, if you go to Compton, right? You don't think you're going to be oppressed and looked at if you looked at differently if you just
What does it mean to be
join-
oppressed?
I mean, there's different definitions for it for myself, but if let's just say you walk down in the Compton, you don't think people are going to judge you differently? because of your skin color.
Would you like to give me a definition of oppression?
I don't really believe in definitions because I think definitions are
Oh my
subjective.
fucking god, that was the most incoherent. I don't believe in definitions, but definitions are subjective. And then also each word you used in that sentence has a fucking definition. Literally every single word you used, every single word you use has a definition. You know that,
Every
right?
single word has a definition, but definitions can be subjective.
I believe definitions are subjective, but you still believe in definitions.
Sure, just not what definition everyone uses.
Okay, so what definition are you using?
My own definition.
And that is?
I don't know.
So you don't know what it is.
Not at this point in time.
Would you like me to give you one?
You can give me yours if you want to.
Okay. Prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or control of a particular community on the basis of a particular characteristic.
Okay, so you don't think you would experience that if you walk into Compton by yourself, right? You don't think you would experience that?
Yeah, what unjustified treatment do I receive in California? No, I just live in California. I live in Los Angeles. What unjust, prolonged treatment do I go through? Let me know, please.
So if you go to Compton, right, they're gonna treat you different, be like, "Oh, what's up, little white boy? You don't belong here." Like they're not gonna like.
Why are you associating that with Compton? What the fuck? Sure, California. I appreciate that. Appreciate the subscription.
Like I
Thank you so
said,
much.
like
How the
I
hell
said
is that
before-
your only representation of fucking Compton? Where'd you learn this from? TV?
Like I said before, if you go in an area that's not mostly white, you are gonna be oppressed because of your skin color.
No, that would rely upon the idea that there's unjust treatment. So unless you can justify that there's going to be unjust treatment for me when I go into those areas, then you're not going to be able to say that there's fucking oppression. And by the way, chat, I'm kind of sick, so that's what I'm doing right now, everyone.
Parker, you're so cute when you get mad.
I'm literally not angry. Do you want to actually argue against me?
I am. That's the only time I come up here is to argue against you. We're trying to say, do you have any fun?
You want to give me an argument? You want to give me an argument? And Kenzie, by the way, Kenzie, I appreciate the raid. Thank you so much, Kenzie. W Kenzie in the chat, everyone.
Do you have any fun in life? Like, you don't think you've never said any slur in your life?
No, I'm having fun right now.
It's okay to
I'm
say
having
it.
fun right now talking to someone whose IQ is below room temp calculated in Celsius. Appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much for real. I appreciate it. I'm having fun right now.
Celsius. What?
I'm having fun right now. Appreciate the crown. Thank you so much.
Outside of TikTok. Like,
Wait, so can you explain it? You think
outside of
saying
TikTok.
slurs are fun? You think saying slurs is fun?
yeah.
So you think a white person saying the
you
N-word,
guys-
that's
you
fun?
guys
That's the
see
only
the
way to
word?
have
You
fun?
guys- When did I say that's the only way
No,
to
is
have
it
fun?
the only way to have fun?
No, it's not the only way to have fun.
Okay, so first of all, can you explain to me how the hell saying a slur is fun?
You could be having a fun time in Call of Duty, you know. You got to say something. If you ever
So you're
play
having
Call of
fun
Duty,
playing a
Parker,
Call
I
of
know
Duty,
for a fact
not
you
not
said
saying the
before.
slur. So can you explain to me why saying the slur is
Well,
fun?
saying the slur adds to the fun
How?
because you're having fun. You're roasting the other person. You're calling them names.
This is exactly why it's
You know, it
harmful,
is.
because now you see the idea of saying slurs, things that historically speaking were meant to oppress and discriminate people on the basis of a particular characteristic, as fun. This is exactly why I'm having these conversations. This is exactly why I'm doing this topic. Is because there's so many people out there like you that in Call of Duty lobbies and other stuff like that. Thank you, I appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. Think it's so fun to fucking say slurs.
But-
you know what
but
that
you
does?
got-
It
but people
normalizes
are
it and
too
it makes it
sensitive
more
to it.
likely for people to be discriminated against, for people to be treated bad, right, on the basis of them having a particular characteristic that differs from you.
Parker, do you have any black friends or any
Yes.
friends that are not white?
Yes. Thank you for
And-
the orange. I appreciate it.
So I guarantee you, if you ask one of you guy black friends if they care if you say the N-word, they're gonna say no. As long as you don't
Really,
say
really,
with
would
the
you
ER,
would
the
you
hard
would
R.
you would you like me to contact some of them and see what they have to say?
Yes, please.
You would?
'Cause I
You
don't
would?
want a white savior speaking for a person of color.
Yeah, any of my mutuals want to join the chat real quick? Who's black?
Not a female, by the way, because they don't count.
What?
They have to be male.
Why do they have to be male?
Because females are too sensitive. They don't think straight.
What?
in the
What?
world.
Punky, I appreciate the
Yeah,
subscription.
men-
Explain to
men
me
don't
why you think that women are like too emotional. Explain.
Hormones.
Men have hormones too.
Not as strong.
Yeah, they do, if not stronger.
Then why do females take everything, like, why are females so sensitive?
Why are men more violent?
I want to say that's true.
They literally are. Who commits most of the crime in the United States? Violent crime.
Well, who is there
Men.
more men
Who
or
who
women
who commits
is
most of
there,
the
is there
school
more men?
unalivings? Men.
Is there more men or women in America?
Women.
Not anymore.
No, there is more women. There still is more women.
How do you know this?
Population statistics. The census. You know what the United States Census is?
Well, I don't really believe in any, like, the census. If they can rig the
What?
election, they can definitely, like, make.
Of course you believed
They
in the
can
fucking
definitely
rigged
make that,
election
like.
too. Trevor, you have like
I mean,
every
of
worst
course.
opinion possible. Like you're a walking bad opinion, right? You believe the election was stolen.
Yeah,
You
says
believe
the
most people in the
liberal. Says
country
the
are
liberal.
men, even though that goes against statistics. You deny the fucking census, which is literally the best representation of the overall population, given the fact that it literally gets things from everyone in the U.S.
I don't know about everyone in the U.S. because
No,
there's also
literally,
illegal immigrants in
you
the U.S.
literally, yo, Coda, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Literally, like if every single person is told to engage with the census, right? It is the case that family members, right, talk about the children that they have. Right? They're counted in the census, right?
I don't think I've ever engaged in the census. So
Because how old are you?
21.
Well, yeah, you haven't been alive when they were engaging in a census, right? And
I
you
haven't
were
been
old
alive.
enough. And you were old enough. I meant to say not alive. I meant to say old
Isn't
enough.
it every 4 years?
No, it's every 10. Jules, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
Okay, so yeah, so we definitely don't know if there's more women or men in this world because it was
We do.
how
2020
many
was the
years
last
ago?
census.
Okay, that was 3 years ago. What
And
if
you weren't
all
18
the
yet when they
females?
were doing the census.
I was 18 in 2020.
No,
How do you think I voted in
no,
the
you weren't.
election?
You weren't 18 whenever they were doing the census, the same way that I wasn't.
In
Right?
2020,
You were counted.
I
Hold up, Trevor, you were counted likely by your parents. The same thing I was counted likely by my parents. Right? Because the census, they released the numbers in 2020. Right? The numbers that they get, again, are from prior to that point.
well, how was I not old enough if I voted in the election in 2020?
I voted too, and I wasn't fucking counted that way either.
I think your math is off.
No, it's not.
You would have been 18 in 2020, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And if they did the census in 2020,
They did the
then you
census
would have
prior
been.
to that point. They released the numbers in 2020.
Okay, so that, but like I said again, 3 years ago, how do you know there's not more males in America today?
There are more males, right? But that's
Yes.
given population growth, right? We estimate for those things.
Off of population growth?
Mm-hmm. We can estimate population growth. You dispute that?
Okay, so we can just assume that more men commit more violent crimes, even though
We don't
that's
have to
not
assume. We have
true.
statistics. FBI statistics indicate that. FBI crime statistics.
Well, I don't think we should assume all their genders. So I
You're
don't
not
know.
arguing against anything.
I am.
There's actually nothing wrong, particularly with assuming. It's the fact that you continue to refer to someone with the wrong pronouns after they've already told you. Thank you for the hand, I
Well,
appreciate it. I assume that you're a man, right? And that there's nothing wrong with that. That's gonna be true in most circumstances.
so pronouns. There's only about 4 pronouns: she, her, he, him.
They, them.
No one can. This isn't the movie Split. That you can't have multiple
I appreciate the hearts. Thank you
personalities.
so much.
Like no one is 2 people.
Yeah, you don't, dude. They can be singular. My dog
Sure,
is the
it
my
can
dog
be.
is the cutest.
But
They're literally so cute.
Can them be singular?
Hold up. My dog is the cutest. They are so cute.
Okay, but can them be singular?
Wait. By the way, they are so cute.
Them?
Yeah.
Them?
So my dog is so cute. I was with them earlier.
Them would be 2 or more, or 2 or more.
No,
Yes.
I was with my dog earlier, right? And I looked at them.
Well, that's just bad grammar.
That is not bad grammar.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Well, now you're trying to get off to the real point, anyways. So,
I appreciate that mustache. Thank you so much.
like I said, there's no reason that it's not okay to say a slur if you're not saying it in a harmful way, and everyone you're with.
Wait, can you give me one source that says that them is plural only?
I mean, Google.
Do you want me to look it up?
Yeah, because I don't got a computer. Yeah, for pronouns, because of course it's gonna say that for pronouns.
You want to know what's fucking wild? Google
For,
it. Google it. Google it.
for pronouns,
Just
like I
Google
said
it,
before,
bro. Just Google it.
of course, the liberal website's gonna say that for pronouns
The
because that's what
liberal
we have to.
website, of course, it's a liberal website.
Well,
Give
99%
me
of things
literally give
online.
me one source. Give me one source that says that they and them are not singular, right? In any sense. I appreciate the super
My
dog. Thank you
brain,
so much because they're both singular
my
and plural.
my brain and Fox News.
Of course, it would be Fox News, and your brain is unreliable. Clearly,
What? Hold on. What's wrong with Fox News?
do I really have to fucking tell you that?
Yes, because
Okay.
Fox News is
Well,
what
after
Fox
the
News is.
election, they were literally lying about the election insofar as that they were getting lawsuits, right, about this particular type of
No
stuff,
one
and
is
that's why they had
lying
to go
about the.
against lying about the election, right? That's why they actually had to tell the truth now, right? Because they were getting fucking lawsuits. And you know how they got out a lot of them with Tucker Carlson? By saying that no rational person would take Tucker Carlson seriously.
No
That's
one lied
literally how
about.
they got out of a lawsuit, is by saying that no one would take him seriously.
No one lied about the election. You can't lie about an
They
election. That's
literally did
literally
lie about the
true.
election. You're lying.
The election was rigged. I don't know what you
No,
want
it
me to say.
wasn't. Give me any
Parker,
evidence.
Parker, there's videos of people at the mail-in going, dropping multiple ballots in there. There's
You know,
multiple
you know
videos of
something
all this.
funny? More people that were engaging in like trying to rig the election were fucking Republicans, by the way,
That's not
right?
true.
Secondly, that
That's
is true. I can send you multiple places in which that was true. Secondly, right, especially in California, right? Secondly, right, when it relates to this scenario, not a single fucking court case came back for your side. Not a single one, right? And a lot of them, you know
of
what's
course not.
crazy? They had Trump appointed judges. That's fucking wild. I appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. And you still think that the election's stolen, even though people literally appointed by Trump who had the incentive to support him literally went against him.
You know why? You know why I think the election is stolen? Because I think there's more than 82 million people in the world. Like those 82 million votes that Biden got or whatever he got. I don't think there's 82 million dumbasses in this world.
Um,
Because
wait. I
yeah,
have a question. I have a question. Are you religious?
yep,
Okay. What religion do you believe in?
Christianity.
So you think Islam is false?
Yep.
So
Parker,
you
you
think
literally
that
posted a video.
billions of people are fucking wrong and dumb?
Yeah. And
And you
yeah.
were rejecting 80 million? Yeah, there were 74 million dumbasses that voted for Trump.
I don't think they're dumbasses. The only reason people voted for Biden was because of the media lying about Trump.
No, dude, what did they lie about?
Him being racist, him being
They didn't lie about that
misogynistic.
Central Park Five. Do you remember that?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
the five black kids that were exonerated, yet he still wanted them to get the death penalty, and
Yeah,
he
but
never apologized for
not
that.
because so yeah, they wanted to get the death penalty because he was black. Donald Trump said, "Yep, death penalty because these people are black." Get out of here, Parker. See, you're
Was
just
there
like
any evidence? And also, by the way, they were exonerated. They were literally exonerated, and he never came back and apologized
I don't think he has to apologize for it.
for saying that they need the death penalty. I appreciate that superpower. Thank you so much. When he was wrong,
Yeah, he has too much stuff going on in his life to just
oh
apologize
come
about every
on, he's
single
heard
little
about this a
thing.
million times running for president,
Sure, but I don't
and
think he
he
has to
still hasn't
apologize about every
apologized.
little.
Appreciate the handout. Thank you. You're saying you shouldn't
The
apologize
apolo-
for saying that these kids should get the death penalty even though they were exonerated?
No, he shouldn't apologize.
That's fucking wild.
Why is that? No, you
Well,
shouldn't
by the
always
way,
have to
is there any
apologize for making.
issue? By the way, is there any issue with Trump saying when he's referring to Mexico, they're sending their rapists, their criminals? Some I assume are good people.
Yeah, there's no problem with that because when he was
No
talking
problem with
about, he
that.
was
When
talking
he's referring
about.
to the people in Charleston who are white supremacists, saying that there were fine people on both sides.
He never did that. Can you show me a video of that?
Yeah, Charleston from 2017. Yeah, I
Can you
can.
pull up the video? Can you play it too, please?
The video? Yeah.
Yeah,
Trump
because he never
saying
said that.
that there are fine people on both sides. Charleston. Are you gonna accept it? Video. Here. This is him defending it. From 2019. Hold up. Is it not letting me? Play it. Sorry. Oh, he just dipped. Why did he just leave? Does anyone remember his name? I'll go get him. But like, literally, here's 27 seconds. I can play this out loud. Oh, here there's an ad. Trevor. I'll look for Trevor. Again, only send a guest request if you disagree. We have 100 requests, everyone. I don't even know if I'll be able to find him. I'll look for Trevor though. I don't know if we'll be able to find him. We got 19 seconds left on the ad. Do y'all want me to play it, everyone? Or I feel like most people would probably fucking believe me. Because, I mean, everyone remembers when that happened, right? That was fucking wild when it happened. So I don't see them in the guest box, everyone. I think he just left. I didn't see him get banned or anything. It would have told me. So I guess we're going to go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. We're just looking for some debates, everyone. Again, only send a guest request if you do disagree, y'all. Play it here. I'll just tell everyone because I'm still in an ad. Hold up. Actually, I can fully go through the ad. I'll play it. Give me 1 second, everyone. Okay, why is it giving me an ad? Yo, chat. Hold up. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up. Give it a second, everyone. Just tap the screen, everyone. Okay, it's literally not letting me play it. What the hell? If you wanna look it up, it's from ABC News. You can just look up Trump saying there are fine people. Literally, there's like multiple clips of this. Right. Literally that. There's also a fact check, everyone, that you can look at as well. Here's one on YouTube. I'll pull this up here. Give me 1 second, everyone. I'll play it. It's just I'm getting ads on all of them, so just give me 1 second. They're like, he won't play it. He won't play it.
Left and white supremacists on the same moral plane.
I'm not putting anybody on a moral plane. What I'm saying is this. You had a group on one side and you had a group on the other, and they came at each other with clubs, and it was vicious, and it was horrible, and it was a horrible thing to watch. But there is another side. There was a group on this side, you can call them the left, you've just called them the left, that came violently attacking the other group. So you can say what you want, but that's the way it is.
He's got to get to that point where he answers it.
There was hatred, there was violence on both sides.
Well, I do think there's blame. Yes, I think there's blame on both sides. You look
It's
at,
all quiet. Can y'all hear it?
Both sides. I think there's blame on both sides, and I have no doubt about it, and you don't have any doubt about it either. And if you reported it accurately, you would say.
Kill the person. Heather hired
Charlottesville. They showed up in Charlottesville.
Give me 1 second. It's like a 4-minute clip, everyone.
And you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me.
Very fine people on both sides. By the way, when the one side, literally white supremacists, by the way. So just want to clarify that. That's pretty fucking wild. But we're going to go to the next person, everyone. We're going to go to the next person. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 1.5 million likes. If you want to help get it out to more people, everyone, share the live. Let's try to get to 2K shares. We're going to go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you think that it is okay to say slurs. We're just looking for some debates, y'all. Just looking for some debates. We got 95 guest requests. I'm going to try to get, again, to as many people as I possibly can, y'all. Tap that screen, everyone. We're going to be turning on sub-only chat right now again, everyone. If you want to have access to the sub-only chat, subscribe to me if you have not already, everyone. All right. For some reason, it's not accepting this person. We're going to go to the next. Again, only send a guest request if you do disagree. Again, just looking for some debates, everyone. We're going to the next person, though. Now, why is there 95 requests? I don't know. This is the most requests I've ever gotten on a live. I'm actually not joking. Yo, Kate.